does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today, very excited to check out Iron and Ale, King of the Keg expansion from Table Forge LLC. This is a small box expansion to Iron and Ale, a drinking game for ages 21 plus for 3 to 8 players. Will take about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to play. And in Iron and Ale, King of the Keg, you are going to be adding a new king to the table who will have a special ability they'll be able to do each round. And of course, some new cards you can throw into your Iron and Ale game. But is it good? Let's open it up and I'll tell you. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Iron and Ale King of the Keg expansion. So before we get started, I do want to mention I'm not going to be going over how the game is played. If you want to know how the base game of Iron and Ale is played, go check out my old review of the game. Hint, spoiler, I did like it. So Iron and Ale King of the Keg is going to be a 52 card expansion, which is going to add a couple new things. Now the main new thing it's going to add is the King card right here. This is going to be a special person who once per round will have a special ability. They can either force other people to drink just randomly, they can collect resource cards, and they can also make it so that someone else takes their place in a mead hall challenge, which can be incredibly useful. So this is a very useful card. It's a lot of fun. It will get passed around the table because if you lose a mead hall challenge, you lose the card, or if someone else defeats the king of the mountain or the dragon, then they get this card. So you're not going to have this the entire game. But that's one of the new main mechanisms in the game. So let's go over what else is new with the game. First and foremost, you got two handy dandy little cheat cards. Honestly, once you know how the King of the Mountain works, if you played the base game, all this stuff should be pretty self-explanatory. But it's nice that they included that there. You're going to get some new Mead Hall Challenge cards, which are most people's favorite aspect of the game. I know they are mine. And I like the fact that they included two blank ones right here. So you can make up your own Mead Hall challenges, which is always fun. But also, they decided to amp up the physicality on some of these, which I really like. So let's go over a couple of my favorite. Select a Dwarven Lord to place their hands on your arm and twist the skin. You lose if you flinch or make a sound. So essentially, someone is going to be giving you an Indian burn. Dragon's Breath. Burp in a Dwarven Lord's face. That Dwarven Lord guesses what you ate last. Each Dwarven Lord takes turn flicking the king's forehead. Each Dwarven Lord takes turns cursing the current king. Loser drinks. So there's lots of different stuff going on. They're more fun to add into the game. The next thing they're going to add new are the 15 Ancient Relic cards, which are going to be your standard cards, but they're going to be different cards that will have various different special abilities, and these are actually secret until you want to use them. So for instance, the Scroll of Ancients, search Guildhall deck for a challenge card and use immediately. That's always a good one. Legendary Pickaxe, draw 4 cards to the Mountain deck, so obviously there's a good chance you're going to get some good stuff. King's Crown, immediately become the King of the Keg and take the King card. As you can see, they're going to do various different things that will shake up the game a little bit. Next, you are going to have 5 new Dwarven Lords that you can play at, which more variety is always a good thing. And honestly, I like these ones better than the ones in the original game. And I don't think I would play with any of the original ones over these ones. So choose one Ancient Relic to start with. That one's pretty boring. Let's see. This one, I like this one. So this one has the slight chance that you increase your attack roll, but also a primary chance. Primarily, you're just going to be drinking more, which is always a good thing. What's this one? Drink 2, redo a Mead Hall challenge you just lost. So that one's a lot of fun. No, I'm going to win this one, guys. I'm going to win it. I like that an awful lot. So what else am I missing? Oh, last but not least, we have some new monsters. We're going to have 10 new monsters. In actuality, I believe you're only going to have 3 new monsters? 4 new monsters, yeah. So the first one we're going to add with the Dark Elves. If you lose, shuffle a relic card you own along with Dark Elf back into the Mountain deck so other people have to deal with it. We got the Mountain King, which battle effect, all are going to drink 3. So everyone's going to be getting some drink. If you win, become the king and take the king's card. So you will be gaining that card over there. We got the Dwarven Spirits. You can't use your Dwarven abilities until your next turn. And then the Mug Mimic. If you lose, trade mugs with the Dwarven Lord who has the fullest mug, which some people are not going to be a fan of. But that is what you're going to be getting inside the new Iron and Ale King of the Keg expansion. Alrighty then, Iron and Ale, King of the Keg expansion from Table Forge LLC. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. This is going to be a really easy one. First, on the con side, this is an expansion for a drinking game. If you don't drink, if you don't like drinking games, this one's not going to be for you. Also, if you did not like the original original. I've been drinking a little bit. Iron and Ale. This one is definitely not going to be for you because it doesn't change enough to really be like, oh yeah, now I'm kind of feeling this game, even though it does improve the game. Any other cons that I have with it? I wish, there's only 4 new monsters and they repeat some of the cards in the Mead Hall Challenge deck. I wish they were all different and unique just to add a little bit more variety to the game, but it's not a huge deal because the ones I do like, I'm glad that they have multiple copies of, but still, I wish there was just a little bit more variety going on here. Just a small nitpick. They have 2 new rules cards, and they have backs on them. I don't know why they didn't just do that, but I'm sure there was a reason. Actually, because it costs more to print double-sided. Never mind, I know exactly why they did that. Let's go over the pros. Moving on to the pros, this is a very simple one. If you liked Iron and Ale, you're gonna like the expansion. It's just that easy. If you're watching this and you're on the fence, I say, why are you on the fence? It's a small box. It's not that expensive. You like the original game? This one's a no-brainer. It adds cool new Mead Hall challenges. The King's card is very fun to play with, especially because I like the fact that it's diverse. That it's not just, oh, you get this special ability. No, it's like, oh, you can just make somebody else drink, which is always a good thing. You can gain resources if you actually plan on winning the game, or you can get yourself out of a Mead Hall challenge, which can potentially save you from losing the King's card. So I like the fact it's actually a very useful ability. I like the fact they include the blank cards. I like the artwork. I like the new characters. This is a no-brainer. If you like Iron and Ale, check this one out. If you like drinking games and you have not checked out Iron and Ale, I do recommend it. It's a very fun drinking game. So that is my thoughts. That's my review. That's what they call that on Iron and Ale King of the Keg expansion. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know, what is your least favorite beer? Least favorite for me personally, it is Beer 30 Ice. Oh my gosh, so it was a Halloween party. And I was very excited, but I actually had the flu the day before, and I was like, "There's no way this flu is gonna ruin me." But I was sick as a dog, running like 102 fever, absolutely terrible, and I just chugged a whole boatload of Dayquil, and I just ate all this emergency tablets, and I was like, "I'm partying tonight." And of course, I drank just a boatload of Beer 30 Ice, and it was the worst night ever. Worst night ever. I got through maybe like 2 hours of partying, and then it was bad. I'll just leave it at that. You can picture what it was like when you get a drunk guy who's got the flu, whose body is full of Dayquil and Beer 30 Ice and nachos. Yeah, bad night, but still. Hey, what are you going to do? What's your favorite beer, though? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.